I'm gonna give you the top 5 side hustles that can make you at least $100,000 this next year. And all of these are really flexible side hustles, meaning you can still work your full-time job while doing these. You can do them from the comfort of your home, so you don't need an office. And all of them have the potential to be far more than just a 6-figure business. They could eventually become a 7-figure full-time career if they really take off for you. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Ryan Pineda. I've bought and sold over $100 million worth of real estate. I founded multiple 8-figure businesses, and I've gotten 1 billion views on social media. So before I give you this list of 5, I just want to say, whichever one of these that you decide to pick for your side hustle, just pick one. Don't be like, oh yeah, like 3 of those sound pretty good. I think I'll start doing this and a little bit of that and this. It's like, no, just pick one, commit to it, and try to grow it to the best of your abilities. And when I say commit, I'm talking financially, I'm talking emotionally, and I'm talking time-wise. Give it at least 6 months to a year to see it through. Don't try it for a month and say that this doesn't work. It works. If you can't make it work, it's on you. So give it enough time to make it work. Now, side hustle number 1 is funnel builder. So what is a funnel builder? That is somebody who basically builds landing pages. They're good at graphics. They understand copywriting and all these things. Now you might be saying, Ryan, like, I don't know how to do any of that. I would have said to you years ago, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty specialized skill. So if you don't know how, I mean, it might take a while for you to figure out. That's not the case anymore. With ChatGPT and AI, you could literally build funnels in seconds. My company spends hundreds of thousands of dollars a month getting people to go click on our website. And I'm watching every number to the T about how our conversions are going. I've seen pages where it might be 10% for some people, and then by just tweaking a couple of things on the landing page and with the funnel, we're able to get it to 15 or 20%. Do you realize that if you're able to get 20% versus 10%, you've now doubled their lead flow? They didn't have to spend any extra money on ads. They didn't have to do anything different. You came in and rebuilt the funnel properly, and now they get double the leads for the same price. That is a highly, highly valuable person to a company, and they're willing to pay you a lot of money for it. So what can a funnel builder expect to make? Well, if you're part-time for a company, you could probably charge anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a month. And if you're gonna be full-time for a company and they're gonna use you a lot for different things, I mean, you could charge anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 a month, maybe even more. So then you just gotta backtrack and say, well, how many clients do I need to get to $100,000 a month? And I would say if you can get 4 or 5 clients, you're already at over $10,000 a month. And the best part is, it's very scalable. You can do it from your home. It's very easy to learn. So I think the industry of building funnels is going to continue to grow. And then with ChatGPT and AI, it's going to make it easier to get into that game. Now that leads into opportunity number 2, which is wholesaling real estate. Now, this is what I do in my company today. I have done hundreds of real estate deals in my career. And wholesaling by far is my favorite way to invest in real estate, even as an experienced investor. And if you're brand new, it's easily the best path to getting in the game. It's not even a question. So what exactly is wholesaling? Well, unlike flipping houses where we have to find a deal, then we've got to raise money and actually buy the property, then we've got to hire contractors, get it fixed up, and then put it back on the market and hope for someone to buy it. Wholesaling cuts out basically like almost all the steps. With wholesaling, all you do is find a really good deal, you get it under contract, then you find a buyer who's willing to pay you more than what you have it under contract for, and then whatever they're willing to pay you above your contract price is what you're gonna make. So if I have it under contract for $200,000 and the buyer's willing to pay me $215,000, then I'm gonna make $15,000. I don't have to raise money to buy the home. There are no closing costs to me because the buyer pays it all. I'm gonna truly make $15,000 without having to buy the property or do any of these things. Now, unlike funnel builders, there is some actual startup cost to do this. You know, if you're a funnel builder, you could probably get by with some ChatGPT and, you know, just try to hustle to find clients. With wholesaling, the main expense that you're gonna have is marketing, because getting in front of sellers isn't something you just hustle and do. Like, you could go door knock and try to cold call people, but that's really hard. So for us, we run what's called inbound marketing, meaning sellers come to us saying they want an offer for their home. And so we have to spend money on inbound marketing to get in front of these sellers. And then my sales team calls them all and tries to get deals under contract. Once we have a contract, we then go find the buyers. And it's pretty easy for us to find buyers across the country now because of software. So we can look up literally any cash buyer in any market like that. And really, it's not that hard to scale at the end of the day. Once you get good at it, it's just getting more leads and closing more deals. So if you're interested in that, you can go to wealthyinvestor.com and we can talk to you about that. The third thing you can do is just simply flip stuff. My first successful business ever was actually flipping couches off of Craigslist. I was doing this over 10 years ago. I've made some viral YouTube videos about it that have changed a lot of lives. But to cut to the chase, I actually started making about $8,000 a month just flipping couches on Craigslist. Then about 7 years later, I was done flipping random things and I was on to flipping houses and wholesaling. And so I made a random YouTube video about flipping couches. And sure enough, that video ended up spawning tons of other videos on YouTube about couch flipping. So if you've ever seen those, just know I'm the true godfather of flipping couches. But anyways, seen and met tons of people who started flipping couches that are making well over $10,000 a month. I mean, they're making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. Now they're doing it at a way more sophisticated level than what I was. I mean, you could literally flip anything on Craigslist. You could flip appliances, you could flip cell phones, you could flip video games, you could flip anything that you're an expert in. There's lots of people who flip watches. But whatever it is that you want to do, you can just flip and make money. I mean, heck, if you go on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and go to the free section, there's literally tons of free stuff, so you can't lose. I mean, it's free. Everything has at least some kind of value, so you could easily go flip just free stuff and just flip everything. Now the question is, what's required to do all this? Well, typically you're gonna need a truck or some kind of trailer if you're gonna do these big items. You know, if you're gonna do small items, then you don't really need that. So, you know, there's gonna be some gas and then you're gonna need to store it somewhere. So back in the day for me, I had a storage unit that I would store all my couches at. I eventually had like multiple units because I was getting big, but the principle is still the same. You guys could make money flipping anything. And I mean, when I look at my career, I have flipped hundreds and hundreds of homes. I mean, wholesaling, which I was just talking about, is just flipping contracts. But if you like need money tomorrow, there's no quicker way to get money tomorrow in a side hustle than just going to Craigslist, going to Facebook Marketplace, and picking up some and flipping it. So I'm a fan of flipping anything and everything that you can get your hands on that you understand the value of. The fourth thing that you can start is a marketing agency. Now, I would say this is a little bit different than the funnel builder side hustle because marketing agencies run paid ads. So what the marketing agencies do is they get really good at running ads on, say, Facebook or YouTube or things like that. Clients then hire them. They give the advice to the clients about what kind of ads to create. Once they get the ads, the client usually already has a landing page created from the funnel builder, and then the marketing agency would go and run the ads to that funnel. So just think like if you're a marketing agency, the main things that you should probably be doing are media buying, which is buying the ads, and then helping them create the ads themselves. So you could use ChatGPT to create the graphics for the ads, but you would still probably want the company to rely on sending you the edited videos. You know, you could also edit videos with AI now too as well, but I personally really wouldn't do that. I'd rely on the company to send you the edited videos. And if they don't want to do that, then just get really good at running graphic ads for them so they don't even need to film videos. But a marketing agency's potential is very similar to a funnel builder's. I mean, at the end of the day, an outsourced ad buyer could make $1,000 to $3,000 as a retainer. If they're a full-time ad buyer for a company, I mean, maybe they're making $4,000 to $6,000 or $7,000, just kind of depends what their job entails. So really, once again, you just need to have a few clients to be making over $100,000 a year. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg has literally just said that he wants to make ad buying the most automated AI process ever, meaning that me as a business, I could just go on Facebook and say, hey, I want to spend $1,000. Just spend it for me and get me leads. And then Facebook would automate the rest. They would create the graphic. They would know who to run the ads to, who the audience is. Eventually, maybe they even create the landing page, whatever, right? But Facebook's goal is to make it so automated that you just give them money and they give you leads. So all that being said, I like the marketing agency side hustle because you can do it from your house. You don't really need experience right now because you can learn it from YouTube and ChatGPT and everything else. And every business needs somebody who can run ads because most just don't know how to do it. Most rely on word of mouth. And if they had paid advertising, they could grow even more. And that leads me to my fifth one, which I kind of just talked about, but it all goes hand in hand with this digital world, and that is creating a content agency. So a content agency would be somebody who helps businesses or individuals create content. So you would help them come up with ideas for their content. You would then also take their content and edit it, and then you would produce it, and then you would post it. you would do everything for them as the content agency. Now you might be saying, okay, so how do we do this? Well, once again, you have AI to help you do so many of these things. So you go on ChatGPT, you go put the business in, the person, everything, and say, hey, give me some ideas for some reels or for some YouTube videos, make a script. Like, it's that good now. From there, once they film it, you know, they get the raw footage like this, then they can go and hire virtual assistants to edit it. So, you know, you will have some expenses there for some virtual assistants. Or you yourself can learn how to edit it and use different AI tools to help you edit. There's a ton of them out there now. So then you post on their behalf on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, right? Content agencies are in high demand right now because every business knows they need to be on social media. Every business knows they need to create content. And if they're running paid ads, they're also going to need content for the ads. They're going to need video content. So, you know, those three things go hand in hand: funnel builders, content agencies, and marketing agencies. They all kind of fill different roles on the spectrum. You know, the content agency is more so focused on organic, the marketing agency is more so focused on paid, and then the funnel agency is more focused on just the general business. But any of these things can all be done from your home. They can all make over $100,000. I am biased, but I think wholesaling has the most scalability out of all of them, especially if you're a salesperson. If you don't like talking to people and you don't like doing deals, then I'd probably lean towards one of the agency side of things. But anyways, hopefully that was valuable to you. If you did, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.